We've known since the first scene of the Acolyte that May has no love for the Jedi. In addition to believing that they are responsible for killing her twin sister Osha and their entire family, May is a devoted student of the dark side. Of course she's going to hate the Jedi. However, the Acolyte Episode 3 Destiny takes us back 16 years in the past to show us what really went down on May and Osha's homeworld of Brendok. Or does it? The Acolyte's third episode shows us a pivotal day in the lives of young twins May and Osha. When an eclipse of Brendok's moon occurs, they will do the Ascension ceremony, or be officially indoctrinated into their mother's coven. However, only May ascends. Osha not only repeatedly shares her reluctance to join the coven, but she also finds herself bewitched by a quartet of Jedi who show up. The rest of the coven, on the other hand, view these visitors, Master Indara, Sol, Kalnaka, and Torben, with extreme skepticism. We learn that the coven of witches who raised May and Osha use the Force, but don't deal in terms of light versus dark. Instead, they see the energy that binds all living things together as a thread to be pulled. It's understood that whatever these witches call themselves, they've been exiled to the outer reaches of the galaxy to practice their faith in secret. The Jedi threaten this idyllic peace they've created. Even though Osha's mother Aniseya, tells her that the decision to ascend or to join the Jedi is hers to make, May refuses to let her twin go. While the coven tensely debates attacking the Jedi, May locks Osha in her room and sets a fire so that she can never leave with the Jedi. Osha is eventually rescued by her future Master Sol, but it appears that May along with the rest of the coven have perished. Then something interesting happens. When Osha awakens on the Jedi ship, Sol simply tells the girl, May started a fire, it destroyed everything. Did May really kill her entire family? Is Sol lying to Osha? And hey, was that cryptic conversation about how Mother Aniseya and Mother Koril conceived of the twins a nod to how Anakin Skywalker was born via immaculate conception? Here's what you need to know about the Acolyte Episode 3. The Acolyte's twists have been keeping us on our toes, but it seems pretty obvious that the Jedi killed the coven and used May as their scapegoat. Let's go back to Sol's exact wording. May started a fire, it destroyed everything. Feels like that could mean two different things depending on your, point of view. Naturally, Osha assumes this means that May's fire is what murdered her mothers and her entire coven. However, it's clear that the Jedi have just survived a battle. In the chaos of the fire, we saw several dead witches who showed signs of dying in combat. That, plus the guilt we've seen Torben, Sol, and Kalnaka wrestle with in different ways, makes it all but obvious that Sol's not sharing the full story. In the first two episodes of The Acolyte, we learn that Sol blames himself for what happened to Osha's family, so much so that she has to absolve him from guilt. Torben, wounded in some sort of battle, eventually takes the bearish vow, which is a form of insane penance. Indeed, he voluntarily dies by suicide after apologizing to May. Kalnaka has exiled himself in the remote forest of Kofar. Indara, who is in charge of the group that traveled to Brendok, doesn't express remorse, but horror when she realizes who May is. And she recognizes May from the symbol on her forehead, the symbol of the Coven. So what really happened in the Acolyte's third episode? Well, it's looking an awful lot like the Jedi did in fact murder May and Osha's family. The Coven and the Jedi were enjoying an uneasy peace that night. Both sides worried the other would use the Force to launch an attack. May's fire could have been misconstrued by both sides as the first strike in the battle. The Jedi bettered the Coven, but only through violence. This is only a theory, but it seems to track with the themes being explored in the Acolyte. The Jedi aren't the guardians of peace they claim to be, leaving an opening for darkness to creep into the galaxy. Another groundbreaking discovery from the episode was that in conceiving twins May and Osha, there was no father. We learn that Mother Koril is most nervous that the Jedi could not only discover their Force-sensitive daughters, but how they were conceived too. We're led to understand that Mother Aniseya used Force magic to create the girls, while Mother Koril carried them. It's also inferred that whatever rite they used is a forbidden taboo by Jedi standards. Because it's long been conjectured that some dark Jedi or Sith Lord used the dark side to impregnate Shmi Skywalker with baby Anakin, it seems that the Acolyte's showrunner, Leslie Headland, is implying that the Coven used a similar technique to conceive May and Osha. It should go without saying that the twins are not only powerful, but also balance each other out, echoing how the super powerful Anakin was supposed to bring balance to the Force. Here's hoping to getting more information on how May and Osha were conceived, and how it might be connected to Anakin. What did you think of this episode of The Acolyte? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like the video and subscribe for coverage of the series as a new episode premieres every week, and remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.